All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to this episode of the Road to Redemption podcast. I am, as always, your grateful host, Cam Williamson. Great to see you. Great to see you. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the mic here. We're going to jump right into it today. We're talking about getting it all out there, right? What do I mean? Get your story out there. Get your truth out there. Get your opinions out there. Get your feelings out there. Make yourself heard, if to no one else than yourself. Let me grab... I actually reached that better than I thought. So, what do I have here? You guys might be able to see it. The light might not. So, what do I have here? I have my two journals that I've written in at least once a week for the last 3 years. But specifically this one, I wrote in it every day for maybe a year and a half. The collection of mainly this one, if you guys are just listening, I'm holding up my journals. The collection of these led to this, which is my book, The Road to Redemption, A Journey of Chasing Love and Doing Life the Hard Way. And it's been actually doing pretty well recently. I've been doing a lot of TikTok lives where I've been talking about the book. People have been asking me stories from it, and we've been talking about it. So it's been selling pretty decently. I appreciate everyone that's getting it. Let me know what you think. Leaving the reviews on Amazon. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I've been drinking coffee for the first time in a while. Yeah, and someone ended up asking me, why did you write the book? What was the purpose for it? And my only honest answer could be, I didn't mean to write a book. I was just writing in my journal. And I ended up writing a journal for so many years where I noticed that I kept focusing on certain parts of my life, parts where I had questions. I didn't feel like there was closure. I felt invalidated for whatever the reason being. And I kept finding myself going back there. So why did I end up putting it all in a book? I think creatively it just happened that way. I sat down with the idea that I was just going to write a daily journal on my computer. And then about a year into it, I had it formatted and I was starting to track words and I had put chapter headings in there and it became a book. And one of the big things that I noticed was before I wrote the book, I was riddled with panic attacks and anxiety and stuff like this, just from all this stuff that I was holding in, whether I knew it or not. And the day the book released, I'm confident to say I haven't had that level of anxiety or panic. It doesn't mean I haven't dealt with anxiety, and it doesn't mean that I haven't, had moments of feelings where my panic attacks might come back. But I honestly think outside of meditation, outside of, medicine, outside of whatever else for self-care that you have to use, do that. I don't think anything's going to help you outside of getting it out, which is why I think therapy is so beneficial. Therapy offers really not much else other than, yes, you can get useful tools afterwards, but it just lets you talk. It just lets you get what's on your heart and your mind honestly, and that's the difference, honestly, out. Sometimes when we talk to our friends and our family, when we feel that their energy isn't genuine, or maybe we can tell that they don't really care, or they think we're silly for what we're talking about, or they're just not connecting to it on the level that we need them to feel heard. That's when I think anxiety and stuff starts to form in the body, because then it's I gotta get this out somehow, some way. My heart is, and I know this is going to sound corny because we're going between medical and kind of spiritual stuff here, but my heart is telling me something is terribly wrong, and my mind and my body is telling me there's nothing I can do about that, and that's not okay with me. Whatever the situation is, right? Which is why when you're heavy on stress, you can't sleep at night. This shit just keeps you up. You're well, I got this going on, I have to deal with this, and this is going to happen, and you're well, yes, that is going to happen. It's for sure going to happen, but is it going to happen the way you're sitting here catastrophizing it to? No. But I have found on the nights when the ruminations and stuff like that start, if I just get up, grab my pencil, write those worries down in my journal, then I can lay down and go, okay, I got it out. Yes, there's still nothing I can do about that until tomorrow at whatever time, but right now I can let it be what it is, and I don't have to sit here and stress about it. It's the same thing with telling your truth about your life. And again, you don't have to publish it like I did. I actually would recommend most people don't. It caused a lot of shit in my life, to be very honest. But Fun fact, I'm starting to work on the second one. So, some life lessons you learn hard. But hey, Road to Redemption, journey of chasing love and doing life the hard way. The second part is still kind of true. Yeah, I think it's very important. I think it's very important now more than ever. And I see it. I think the reason I'm so adamant about it now, I see it more and more on, especially TikTok. I see just anybody, not even people who want to be content creators, but I just see people going live and going, I just want to talk. I just want to be talked to, and I just want to be heard. I want to be seen. Here's me. This is just what I'm doing. I'm sitting in my house or whatever they're doing. I'm working in a barn. I'm working on a car. I'm doing whatever the fuck I'm doing. And it's like people just want to be like, hey, is there anybody out here that thinks that I'm useful for any fucking reason? And I can tell you that just by telling your story, there will be a group of people, and it may not be millions. I don't know. Maybe it will. But if it's just 2 people that reach out to you because of one video you make, one blog that you write, one podcast that you put up, one video you make, whatever it is, like it can change your life in a different direction to be like, oh, people do relate to what I'm saying, or at least this person did. So then you have a reason to get up again and make another video or make whatever it is. I'm not saying sit around and kiss your own ass or anything like that. I think that's one of the most I think the kids call it cringe now things, is to watch, especially social media content creators, fill up their own egos with like, oh, I don't talk to people unless you have this many followers, and I don't answer these types of questions about myself. It's like, bitch, I have 7.5 years of my entire most intimate details posted on my social medias. I promise you, whatever protein shit you're selling or TikTok shop outfit you're trying to sell right now, I promise you it's not going to get you in the amount of shit that I've gotten myself in. So, someone's at my door because they're trying to sell me something. So we're going to go ahead and ignore that. Yeah, you just got to let things be what it is. To be 1,000% honest with you, you have to learn, and I've learned that over time, right, you have to get your truth out there, write it down, decide what you want to do with it. If you want to, make social media content about it, do that. But then that will help you turn the page, in my sense, literally. But it will also help you turn the page mentally, spiritually, emotionally, where once you get it written down and once you see, things change, things don't change, whatever, you're able to look and go, man, I have been holding on to this for a long time. When you can go back and look at a journal entry from 3 years ago and you're going, man, I'm still talking about this. I'm still hurting because of this. Why? What am I not uncovering? What am I not dealing with? What am I not listening to inside of myself? And then a lot of the times it's going to come out to be, oh, I'm not listening to the truth. The hardcore truth that I know. And that's hard for some people. It's hard because some of us build lives based off fantasies and dreams and hopes and whatever. And sometimes those don't always come to fruition. So when you have to sit around and go, well, why did life not work out the way that I wanted it to? Or why am I still hurting in these different ways or whatever? You can look back and go, oh, well, here's some patterns I kept doing. Here's some ways I kept treating people. Here's ways that I acted. Here's ways that I was selfish. And here's ways I wasn't selfish enough. Right? So it's one of those things where I think everyone needs to get their story out, especially right now. I'm almost putting like a mass calling out. Just get yourself in a place where you can start to write it down. What you do with it will be your choice. Yeah. I think it's important. And for no other reason, maybe one day, you never know. You never know what this life throws at us. But maybe one day when you never expected it, someone will find your story somewhere and they'll read it and it becomes a life-changing thing for them. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm going to go see what's going on outside here because I hear people walking all around my house and I'm not a big fan of that shit. So I will chat with you guys later. Love you. Make sure you thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Go follow me on TikTok. Love you guys.